I'm only here for God. And where does God live? Therefore, I'm only here for me. And you all are so welcome in my world. Now, when you say that without the little preface work, somebody goes, where is the guy with the wraparound coat sleeves that tie in the back? Because this guy's not wrapped too tight. He's putting himself pretty high up there on the pedestal. How can you equate you with God? How can you not? Is the question. Really? I have to tell you, I had so much fun the last couple of weeks. Not that I didn't really want to be here. I did. But I was at Kansas City at the Village, Unity Village, and just had a wonderful time. Met some great people. Reminded myself of some of the things that I already knew and found some new languaging. And so you're going to be hearing a little bit differently, hopefully, from me. And some of you will remind me regularly when I slip back into my old ways. But I'm playing with a thing called duality. Okay? I was reminded, we say the words, but in our regular daily language, we entrench our belief in separateness. The Father and I are one. Great statement. Two people. The Father and I. So what else can I do instead of that? What languaging can I use? And the answer is it's different for each one of us. Because some things will be very comfortable for you to make changes and other things will not. Anybody want to take a wild stab in the dark why we don't change the Lord's Prayer? Because the room would be empty. That's tradition. You can't mess with the Lord's Prayer. Except that you have to remember how it got laid to us. Pray like this. Not pray this. Pray like this. It's one of the reasons we sing it here. It's because I need to get you, from my perspective, to mellow out. To breathe this prayer. To know it in you, the depths of you. Not just the words, but the knowing of it. The absolute 100% knowing of it. Now, if you can think that and your skin doesn't tingle, you need to do two things really, really fast. Do this and do that. Because one of those two isn't working. Because that's what living is all about. That's what life is all about, is learning how to do these things. Learning to look at your word and give it power in your life. We're so used to just kind of wandering through. It's habit and practice with us. And we need to break that habit. We need to change that practice. And according to our scientific brethren, it takes approximately 28 days to form a new habit. And on the 27th day, when you go, whoops, start over. Another 28 days. Darn. That's also the joy of it, I might point out. Okay? But what happens is this. As you begin to change your language, wonderful things come into your life in brand new ways. Brand new ways. Joy-filled ways. Amazing ways. And all it takes is a change in language. Can you believe it? One word? One word. What in your vocabulary, if you took one word and threw it out the window, would change your life? Just one word. I don't want you to change everything, just one. How about this one? Take the word if and throw it away. And wherever you find in your vocabulary the word if, put in the word when. Put in the word when. If I will behave in this way, then, yes? As opposed to when I behave this way, then. Ooh. The problem with that is, I'll tell you in advance, is it puts it all right here. All of a sudden, It's always been the truth of you. But all of a sudden, I can't go, they did, they said, they made me. It has to come right back here. Okay? I am. I am. The subject for today was supposed to be preparation. It is, kind of. We'll get there, I swear. Okay? Because in prayer, again, we forget what prayer is all about, what our job is within it. And we wonder when we pray why stuff doesn't happen for us sometimes. Anybody besides me been there? Okay. Lord, I prayed and I prayed and I prayed and just nothing. What's with this? Therefore, you can't be. Na 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 na. Oops, that didn't work. I tried that. And that doesn't work. So and then I had to bring it back and say, okay, what am I praying about? And am I ready to receive? How can I pray, Lord, let me love everyone, when I have a long list of people I don't love? Ooh. Now that comes from the Old Testament, by the way. Before you go to the altar in prayer, deal with your brother. Then come back. And the whole thing is, see, if you come into prayer carrying all this garbage with you, how effective is your prayer going to be? And the answer is, not very. Now, you're still going to get results because God loves you so much. You love you so much. That which is within you is so powerful within you that all you have to do is get it partly right and it works. But what would your world look like when you got it all the way right? Well, we have an example. 2,000 years we had an example. I haven't followed it yet. I'm still trying to get that walk on water thing down. Right? I'm still trying to get that love one another even as I have loved you. I'm still trying to get this peace that says, within me I know. No, 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 with a capital K. That if you would just open your eyes this much, I will be the channel through which you recognize the truth of you and become whole and free. Anybody in this room want to be that today? I would be whole and free. Now take the would be out. I am whole and free. You see, we're still hung up in the would be's. We're hung up in the stuff that we brought with us. Some of it's embedded theology, as one of my instructors worded it here this week. Just all the stuff you brought with you. It's why I played this song this morning on purpose. How many of you slipped into languaging as you were going, I am, and went, woe is me, in that song? A poor wretch. Because the words are all there, yes? So all I have to do is say Amazing Grace, and half the people in the room got poor wretch like me. Because it's there. It's what we sang. It's what we brought with us. It was our misunderstanding of the truth of us, and it's still in our consciousness. And we change it 2 words, in this case, at a time. Because I want you to hear that song at the end of this month, and every time you hear it, you only see 2 words. I am. What other things do you need to change that when you hear it doesn't take you back into that stuff that you don't want to be anymore? See, that's what languaging does for you. Is as it comes up, it's a little self-observation with no guilt and no judgment, just is, that you can take a look at and say, what would my world look like when I can change this in it? And then step out in it. Trust and step out in it. Love and step out in it. Ooh. Boy, that sounds scary, doesn't it? In such a beautiful, wonderful way. However, what would your world look like? See, then when stuff happens out here, you can laugh at it. You can laugh at it. because it's not the truth of you. Regardless of the appearance, I am there. And I can see it in it. Right? And do you realize how easy this is to change our world, one person at a time? It took one 2,000 years ago, made monster changes in our world. We still haven't quite solved it, but we're getting there. And that was just one. Are you the one? Are you the one that will make the change so that 2,000 years from now, they will say, boy, I'm so glad Alice was here. I'm so glad that Phyllis was here, and Anne, and Estella. Because if they hadn't been here, boy, our world would really hum. And we go, oh no, not me, worthless me. And you fall into your Moses mode. Right? Oh, not me, pick somebody else. I'm not a very good speaker. You know, there's got to be somebody better than me. I'm just a shepherd, and an 80-year-old one at that point, depending on which historical reference you read. Oh no, give it to somebody else. No, I'll stand up. I'll stand up today. I'll stand up. Today, I'll prepare me today so that as I step out, each and every step of the way, my prayers become more and more powerful and more accurate and more clear. We had a great discussion on Wednesday. Do I pray for or do I pray with? The answer is with people, I pray with because I'm praying with me and I'm maintaining that constant, solid connection in spirit that I know is there. But I put a short circuit in that when I'm still holding on to some other stuff. I need to put that away so that I can come into this prayer experience and breathe it and live it and step out into it in a new way. What one thing or one person in your current experience, if you could forgive yourself first about your feelings in that area, and then forgive that one as well, would change your life. Just one. Just one. Don't change the whole thing. Just one. See, I can remember a time in the not that far distant past where I held on to a piece that wasn't mine. I didn't even own it. How could this one do that thing with this person just to upset me? I don't believe they can do that. And I held that piece for a long time. Until two things happened. This preparation piece came to me. Rob, you have to understand that if you'll just let something go, your world will change. And I went, okay, I'll hunt for something. Well, this one jumped up and bit me, so I said, all right, okay, I'll try this one. And so I said, Rob, what's this all about? This circumstance has nothing to do with you. This belongs to someone else. It's theirs to do. Forgive you for holding on to it. And I had to think about that one a long time because I still held on to that. How come it's my fault? And it's not a fault. It's not a blame. It just, that's the way it was. So I finally let go of that piece. And then I was able to say to this one, I love you. And mean it. And mean it. Now let me tell you how my world changed. More came to me. More love came to me. More joy came to me. More peace of mind came to me. And I stepped out in it and said, oh, that's way too much fun. Can I do this again? And I found another little piece. And said, first things first, this is my stuff. I own it. It's not the truth of me. And I love me. I love me. Together, I love me. Make it personal. I love me. One more. I love me. Perfect. And hold you if you feel like you need it. There you go. A little extra squeeze never hurt anybody. You betcha. Guys, you're taking it in. All right? Just those 3 words, I love me, is going to make a change in your life. Okay? Now you can apply that same thing to a circumstance or an individual. Having loved you, now I know how to forgive a circumstance or an individual and love them in it for who they are, not for who I think they are, but for who they are. I recognized in that moment the truth. I looked out and saw the Christ in them because I can see the Christ in me. I don't have to hunt for it anymore. Right here. Right here, right now. I don't have to wait. See, and again, I'm talking about this embedded theology stuff, the stuff we brought with it that says, when I behave this way over a lifetime, or times, if you're into that particular thinking, then nirvana. How about nirvana today? Wouldn't that be way cool? Today, I'm one with my world. Today, I'm one with, and one worth. That was the right word. I meant it on purpose, I guess. I am worth it, rather than worth less. I'm prepared to accept it. If you're having a challenge with love in your life, you need to accept it. You need to know it's already there. I had a young lady I talked with the other day, and we were talking about this. Before you have asked, I have answered. Now, do we believe that to be true? Okay? All right. If that's true, I have now received. What's my next job? Give. Give. I've already received. Now my job is to give. And the law continues. And then I receive and give. So if I've already received, no matter what the circumstance is, what's my job? Give. You want to be more loved? You want to have more love in your life? Give love away. You want more peace in your life? Be peaceful. You can't out-peace God. Let me give you a hint. You just can't do it. It doesn't work that way, okay? Be more peaceful. You want more order in your life? Be orderly. Want more joy in your life? Laugh at everything. The human part of me jumps up and says, yeah, Rob, right. So you have to practice. First stuff will come at you and you'll go, "Argh." And then you have to realize how silly it is and then laugh. Let me give you an example. There's a current argument going around that if I'll only inflate my tires, then I'll save a bazillion barrels of oil. The anger from Rob comes with the notion that somebody thinks that I'm not already doing that. They're trying to point, see how the great God gave, they falls into this. They are saying, you are one of the bad guys, and that's not true of me. And so Rob goes, "Argh," and then says, you're talking to the television, you dweeb. How bright is that? You're talking to your television. And we're all going, oh man, I know I did that, right? And that's when I start to laugh. Because I realize that everybody's taking things from their perspective. And it's okay. And I need to give me permission to see that. That's what makes it funny. How many of you have your car talks to you? Right? Do you talk back? We get in the car the other day and the bell goes off. My wife turns around and says, I know, I'll put my seatbelt on. Right? See, we react to stuff in our world all the time, and we need to laugh about these kinds of things in our life. It's the silly things as human beings, human becomings, that we do, and it's okay to do them, is my point, more than anything else. You need to do that. You need to see how silly this is sometimes, because it will point you in the right direction. It'll give you the opportunity to say, wait a minute, what is the truth of me? Where do I want to live in this? How will I live in this? Who do I want to be in this moment? If I could choose. And I did that on purpose. Because there isn't any if about it. You choose. You choose. Every minute of the day, you choose. Every breath you take, you choose. For you. Breathe or don't breathe? Okay. The rest of your body's liable to complain if you choose not to. Step out or don't step out? Okay. You're where you need to be. You're learning what you need to learn. You're practicing what you need to practice. For this you, I am. I'm just getting in harmony with it. It's already there and perfect and whole in me. I'm just learning how to get the rest of it to work together with me. I'm still learning how to get the stuff out of the way. But I choose it every step of the way. I'm going to close with this in preparation. We all know that the right-hand side of our brain is the creative side of things, yes? And the left-hand side of the brain has the tendency, and I put it that way on purpose, to be the intellectual side. Anybody want to take a wild stab in the dark as to which side of my brain happiness lives? How many say the right side? No. No. It lives on the left side of my brain because it is a choice. Happiness is a choice. It is an intellectual decision. Because it already is, so I don't need to create it. It just is. This week, find a word. And over the next 28 days, choose to change your language again, what it means for you. And your world will change. Find a circumstance that you need to give for you peace and harmony to, so that you can forgive you and forgive it, and come to the altar of prayer with an open heart. Your prayers become more powerful for you because you are prepared to receive it. You know it now. I am whole and free. Together. I am whole and free. Breathe. And because you have spoken the word, it is done. Namaste.
The activities, programs, and services of this ministry are presented on a love offering basis. All gifts, regardless of size, are gratefully accepted. You may participate either by sending your gift to Christ Unity Church, 540 North Holly Street, Medford, Oregon, 97501, or by visiting us on the internet at www.unitymedford.org.